Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines, I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. You say all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all in the same page on this regard. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, I'm proving with fireproof how USA government, Republican government is a garbage, and Democrat government is a garbage, and United States of America is one lawless nation, and it's another garbage. And this, when I'm going to read this civil justice sign off, your blood will be boiling. Can you all see how the program logic works? I'm providing a multitasking, my dear fellow mankind, and yes, when it comes and hits to this particular logic of algorithm, the entire USA government crashes in pieces, right? Crumbles like a cookies. It is because you all got it. Why I never got the unemployment benefits, why the treasury is broken, why the finance services is broken, why the insurance services is broken, why the office of commissioner of insurance is broken, why the complaint system is broken, why the Department of Justice is broken, right? And they signed only injustice for me, isn't it? I begged for civil justice from the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin. I begged from Department of Health Services, leader of state of Wisconsin. I begged for civil justice from the Treasury, IRS, tax, leader of state of Wisconsin. I displayed all the errors, government errors, and I asked them, can you please provide a salary for that? For I am displaying the USA government errors. That can help me to take care of my basic essentials. I begged. No reply. I asked unemployment benefits, please pay me finance aid. I need it immediately. That can help me to take care of my basic essentials. They provided a wrongful, injusticeful calculator and said I cannot get any benefits. I begged. They just turned their back on me. Tell me, what is President Joe Biden going to do about that? Can you see, all along I'm just displaying how and why exactly President Trump is innocent? Right? Can you all get it? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. President Trump is never a lawyer, versus President Joe Biden is a lawyer. Right? He had been there for past his entire life, like close to 50 years, in lawmaking process. This prostitute senates have been there in lawmaking processing. How many years the Mitt Romney is there in Senate processing? You tell me. How many long years Bernie Sanders being Senate is there? Are they humans? No. Right? How many long years the Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and Amy of state of Minnesota been there? They're white skin, right? So then they should have provided the healthy law skin. If according to their standards, the white skin are the holy, holy, holy people, the perfect, perfect people, they all jumped from heaven, isn't it? Then they should have provided healthy law, isn't it? But they never did that, my dear fellow mankind. Can you all see how only for fanatic love of the job and fanatic love of that healthiest salary, because even after death they are going to get the salary. So it's all for that power grab. They just join. It's wrong, my dear fellow mankind. Absolutely wrong. Right? So when I'm going to read this civil justice sign-off, you all going to see, witness, who, where, why, how, with the timestamp, they created the COVID-19. I filed the lawsuit against USA for $50,000 trillion, isn't it? And I also filed, it comes along with that. It's an umbrella. Then the breakdown is I asked each and every single government agencies to pay me $500 billion. So this one, I was interacting with the Department of Justice of State of Wisconsin. And then very recently also, that means few months ago, this is only February, already 2 months gone. But since June of 2020 up until close to December 2020, extra patience. I was only explaining my situation and asking the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin, please help me. Please talk. These two people are just only fighting with each other. President Trump and President Joe Biden fighting with each other. Please sit and talk to them. I can provide excellent governance. I can even work for your teams behind the scenes. You all take care of it. I can even provide what next process. I provided everything, step-by-step solutions, displayed the errors. No, I never got any answers from them. So don't you all think that I should get the civil justice in front of 7.9 plus billions of humans and 193 nations? These people are so foolish, my dear fellow mankind. Their blood cells are so foolish. They just cannot understand the wisdom. I have to slap them. I have to discipline them. USA must sign the job offer to me only. I have to lead the Department of Workforce Division. I have to lead the Unemployment Benefits Division, right? Because I know how to provide those services. What would you all have done if you provided a hard labor, and you never got the salary for that? And top of it, this foolish President Trump, etc., will provide robocall for you to make you more poverty. And top of it, this Dr. Fauci and Dr. Brinks like scammers will create COVID-19 to create more damages to you by mandating to wear mask for a plague that does not exist. What would you all have done? You all tell me, my dear fellow mankind. Okay, you all would have even begged for the help from the government, right? Right? That is a average civilian's normal operation. I begged. I begged. I begged. What did Nancy Pelosi do? Is she a woman? What does Nancy Pelosi do? Other than just wearing a matching mask and providing a sweetest talk and treating the fellow mankind as a dogs and just providing a false hope that stimulus package has been in the talks. Oh no, it is on the hold. Oh no, the government will be shut down. Oh no, we don't know. We are working on those sweetest talk and making the population of the United States of America to wait like a dogs. Is she a woman? Whether she gets all the benefits, she would have got even the PPP loans as well. I don't know, because all these government officials have their own set of passive income processing. That all comes under the small business organizations, be it foundation, be it trust, be it non-profit organization. They all come under small business applications. So they have been thrown with luxury during this COVID-19 when civilians like me are being tortured with poverty. Is she a woman? You tell me. Is she a woman? Is she a human? You all tell me, my dear fellow mankind. Is she a human or is she a woman? Don't you all think the wild endangered species, animals are so innocent when compared to these Republican prostitutes and Democrat prostitutes of USA, right? They are the wild endangered species after all. Don't you all think so? Their brain never worked. Their brain never works. And every 4 years, when the government is changing, all this processing have to change. And what kind of a mental torture they are providing to the software world. So every 4 years they have to change the software code itself. And the time will be passed. And this is how the 500-year-long years passed. And software world abuse is never told to the population. The population were freaking out why the government is not able to help. They just don't know what's exactly going on in the crime on the highest level, right? For the past 4 years, the software administration must have changed from President Obama administration to President Trump administration, right? So each and every single software code must have written the name President Trump. That's a lot of labor. That took 4 years. That took 4 years. The software did nothing. It took 4 years. Because the software code has to change all the names, must go to the software systems, must go to the operating systems, and then clean the database, and then rename wherever there's President Obama name, they have to remove that name and just put President Trump's name there. 4 years passed. Just for putting that alone, 4 years passed. This Republican just happiest about that alone. They never bothered whether the population got the rightful help or not. No. I can ask Mitt Romney to be poverty right now and just get out of this mansion and just sleep on the road along with the homeless. I can do that for a tit for tat, right? Nobody will dare to ask me why. I can ask Bernie Sanders to just sleep on the road in the state of Vermont along with the homeless people, side by side. Nobody will ask me why I'm being so rude to him, isn't it? For a civil justice, I can ask the Amy, the Senate of State of Minnesota, to just get out of the mansion wherever she's living and sleep on the road side by side with the homeless people. I do not want that for a civil justice, no. I can order Massachusetts Senate, Elizabeth Warren, to just get out of the mansion wherever she's living, to just run and sleep on the road, on a snowy road, side by side with the homeless. Right? Nobody will ask me anything. And I can ask State of Wisconsin Tony Evers and State of the previous governor Scott Walker to just get out of their mansion, the governor palace, and sleep on the snowy, freezy, icy road side by side with the homeless, right? Nobody will ask me any question, my dear fellow mankind. Nobody. I can ask President Joe Biden to just run to his hometown Delaware and sleep on the snowy, icy, frozen road just side by side with the homeless, and nobody will dare to ask me why. I'm so rude, isn't it? When these people are so wicked, then these people are prostitutes, how on the earth they even dare to call very innocent, double innocent, Hillary Clinton wicked? You tell me. Tony Evers must have been a perfect man, isn't it? Jumped from heaven, holy, holy, holy. But he's not. He's imperfect, right? I think it is my understanding he has an education background. He proved he's a filth. He's a prostitute, right? Scott Walker is the same. He's another prostitute. Now tell me, on what baseline, on what foundation, the population of state of Wisconsin got that eligibility to name call double innocent Hillary Clinton as wicked? You all tell me, my dear fellow mankind, in what baseline? Now you all got it, right? It's a God's way of name to be displayed, isn't it? So even Hillary Clinton not being elected as a president is also God's name to be glorified, right? Don't y'all think so? She went to law school. She just has to eat the digest, the shames of stones thrown at her. Versus, I never went to law school. I am providing civil justice for her right now, this moment. The one happiest lady in the whole entire earth is Hillary Clinton, after all. Don't y'all think so? Don't y'all think so? What went wrong in humanity? Right? If only Tony Evers knows that he is a prostitute, he would never dare to name call Hillary Clinton wicked, isn't it? If the population of state of Wisconsin knows they are the prostitutes, absolutely, they would never dare to name call Hillary Clinton a wicked, right? If President Trump knows that President Trump is the purest form of prostitute, he would never mock Hillary Clinton a wicked, right? Why nobody stepped in and said, pay fine for name calling Hillary Clinton wicked? Why nobody stepped in? Why? Everybody just enjoyed that, bullying and mocking and shaming Hillary Clinton, right? Don't y'all think it's just insane? Don't y'all think so? Versus when President Trump is the purest form of a prostitute, he's been worshipped as a true God. What went wrong in humanity? What went wrong in education system? You all tell me. But even in all the scam, all the crime, all that fun more, President Trump is still innocent. I'm standing on the same ground. In my book of civil law, President Trump is innocent because when a brain is malfunction, his brain never operating correctly, isn't it? The moment they mock fellow mankind, that means that is the purest display of disability of a man or a woman, isn't it? How many Republican Senate name called Hillary Clinton wicked? Why nobody stood up and said, stop calling Hillary Clinton wicked? Why nobody said that? Why? So can you all see how I just handcuffed each and every single criminals and handcuffed and mandated them to kneel down in front of entire human kingdom means they cannot escape. State of Wisconsin just cannot run and escape. They have to pay me $500 billion. It's okay if state of Wisconsin curses me to death. I just cannot tolerate injustice, my dear fellow mankind. It just cannot. I begged the Department of Justice of State of Wisconsin, provide me fine and stable. Provide me the rightful salary for I work for Poverty-Free Earth End of the Year 2030 Volunteer Project. It is a USA government asked if any civilian can display the true criminal of the poverty. I worked on that. Everybody got their salary. Please provide me the help, finance help. They shut their eyes, my dear fellow mankind. That is a live proof how the evil personification are Republicans after all. But even in the Republican world, I alone stood up. My peers would even, survival mode, freaked out mode, they will not even bother to say whether they are Republican supporters or whether they are Democrat supporters. Because if they are going to say they are Democrat supporters, they know they will be slaughtered. I stood up and said, I am Democrat. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, when I started to explain what exactly is the scope, the objective of the President Obama's affordable health care insurance, until then these Republican fools, they were never able to understand, right? Mitt Romney is the purest Republican. When I'm saying purest Republican, they will not even bother. They don't know the word. There is a word called Democrats. That is how their fanatic love for republic. Got it? George W. Bush is a purest Republican. He should have been the impeached person after all. Impeached president after all. He get away to live free just because he's a Republican, white skin, and also a purest form of prostitution provider for Queen Elizabeth II. You all don't know that. You all don't know that. Just for destroying Iraq alone, he became so richest. Is he a human? You tell me, is he a human? And I'm absolutely positive, it is my understanding, even President Trump mocked President George W. Bush even. Because when he's not a politician, right? Once he went into that job mode, he could see the crap, the garbage. He must have got frustrated, right? Anybody gets frustrated. And he just mocked everybody. And there was a hidden message behind it. And that's truth, after all. Right. I educated. What if the Queen of Elizabeth II gets a heart attack? She gets medical free. Royals category. Absolute monarchs category. If Pope Francis gets a heart attack, he gets medical free. He's a god of USA, so medical free. They all get the national benefits free, they all get the lands free, they all get the facility to build the house free. Everything is free for them because they are gods of USA. I educated when CEOs or CFOs or higher officials in any organization, be it public sectors or government sectors or private sectors, software world, when they get a heart attack, they get medical free. When low income, self-employed or small business population, when they get a heart attack, they have to die with a heart attack. Now imagine when the homeless, when refugees, when divorced population, when unemployed, when retired. These are all disabled population after all. But the society, the educated population society define disability according to their will and pleasures, isn't it? They don't even know Las Vegas, since it is a disabled landmass, to be sealed and shut down. What is Dr. Fauci going to do? You tell me, my dear fellow mankind. Don't you all think this crime should be fixed immediately? If a homeless dirt when compared to Queen Elizabeth, who destroyed entire nations, continents worldwide, and she gets to have everything free, versus homeless is not fault of a civilian to be homeless, and Queen Elizabeth only enforced the homeless to be homeless and have to die without getting any national benefits. You all tell me, what is justice for you all? You all work on that. You all work on that. When I said there are no just judges, there are no justice, there is never a teacher, I'm not joking. US is an absolute pathetic mode. Right. If at all, I already said, I am the only one in whole entire human kingdom have all the eligibility to be offended and all the eligibility to accuse mankind and to name call any civilian. That means I am the only one eligible to name call Hillary Clinton wicked. Right? Nobody have any eligibility to name call Hillary Clinton as wicked. No. That is a live fire proof how everything of USA government is broken in pieces. Well, yes, I have to provide all this overview, right? You all thinking Mitt Romney is God because he's a Senate, right? No, my dear fellow mankind. It is those two Senate, those late John McCain and late Senate Mitt Romney, they got the fire slap from me with my wisdom education, right? It is the God of true Christianity with the God Holy Spirit alone made them to be provided with little bit of human conscience, little tiny bit. And with that tiny little bit, they realized their mistake. That is all. It's just a baby step, because still they are, on the bottom line, the Republicans, they do not have any humanity in their blood cells. No. I already said, right? They do not like black skin, they do not like colored skin, they do not like African Americans. Let it put it that way. If at all the African American displays healthy wisdom, they'll just kill them in one way or the other. They'll create accidents to look like an accident, and they'll just kill them. They will even order the doctors and nurses to kill them. And the news media channels will provide a show. These people died in accident. They get away free. Senate like Bernie Sanders, Mitt Romney, Amy and all, they can live free for creating these kind of havoc and disaster for fellow mankind. How many people have to live with that injustice? You all tell me. The sports person, who is he? The tall one. Or 1 year, when? 1 year passed by, isn't it? What's his name? The Lakers player, Kobe Bryant. He died out of accident, isn't it? That's what everybody believes. It is Pope Francis created that accident and killed them. What is United States of America going to do about that? I think it is close to just 1 year, right? You all know the golfer, Tiger Woods, met with an accident. If you see, the patents is what? Colored skin. They are indirectly providing a message as if Pope Francis, the prostitute who created all these accidents for these people because they are colored skin, he is indirectly communicating to the population war. Pope Francis will provide a national punishment, a shame logo, a crucifixion to the fellow mankind, to the colored skin, no matter what, better back off. This has been a pattern. It's a track record. This is how the Roman Empire, the filthiest, the lawless empire, the sexual immoral empire functions. Don't you all think that I should slap on the face of Pope Francis and fry him in ashes in volcano and then we all can live free forever? Don't you all think so? Don't you all think so? You all know it's never about the skin color, isn't it? It's never about the skin color. Queen Elizabeth II killed her own daughter-in-law, Diane, right? I think her name is Diane or Diana or whatever. She killed her own daughter-in-law. So those family members of Queen Elizabeth II they're just shutting their mouth out and chewing the injustice, and they must be the happiest people in the earth because whatever they wanted to shout out loudest, I just said it out loud. They'll be the happiest people when Queen Elizabeth is fried in ashes in volcano. You go and ask them, but they will not say it out loud. They cannot, because they are in the survival mode. They are slaves to Queen Elizabeth II. If Queen Elizabeth II asks them to sit, they have to sit. If Queen Elizabeth asks them to stand, they have to stand. If Queen Elizabeth asks them to have sex, they have to have sex. If Queen Elizabeth asks them to divorce, they have to divorce. If Queen Elizabeth asks them to deliver a baby, they have to deliver a baby. If Queen Elizabeth asks them they should never deliver a baby, they cannot. If Queen Elizabeth asks them to abort, they have to abort the pregnancy. So they are in the survival mode. They are pure slaves. But they can live in a luxury. They don't have to pay. They don't have to bother about whether they're going to have to pay for mortgage or rental, or whether will they be evicted, whether when being unemployed like that. No. They are all living free. They are not going to the world. No, my dear fellow mankind. No. They create a lot of shows. They talk to sweet talks. Their blood all must be burning, being aware Queen Elizabeth is indeed the sex offender. And they have to live with that curse forever, isn't it? Forever. The grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, even the toddlers, even the babies or yet to come babies, all cursed ones. And one side, innocent as well, right? Those babies, those toddlers, they never know that their grandmas or great-grandmas is sex offenders. Right? You all got it. You all got it. You all got it why Michelle Obama has all the eligibility to, if at all she stood up for the campaign, the presidential campaign. I am absolutely positive everybody, or at least, the wisest people would have been absolutely positive she should have won the presidential campaign. Right? Even she never became president It's also God's name to be glorified. Happiest person on the earth must be Michelle Obama after all. Because bottom line, they all know when a colored skin provides wisdom, these white people cannot tolerate it. They think it is a shame. Then I went one step forward and explained. Let's say for a scenario, if Mitt Romney needs a heart transplant, right? The medical services will never even bother to say from whom he will get a heart donor. So let's say if there is a homeless African American, either man or a woman, is a donor of heart for Mitt Romney who needs a heart transplant, he still will get that and then get to live. But the doctors will not say that because the doctors knows the white-skinned people, and that too Republican, are inhumane people. They are insane, super insane people. They never thought I, Vethapriya, will stand up and slap them and handcuff all the Senate, all the Congress, all the House of Representatives, and mandate to them to kneel down. That means Mitt Romney cannot apologize to me. He's a prostitute. Right? You can add any of the accused words, either prefix or suffix, means either in the front of prostitute or after prostitute, and add an address. That is what Mitt Romney is. That is what Bernie Sanders is. They are all white skin. Okay. They hate black skin. Okay. They do not like African Americans. Okay. Did they even bother to help the white skin population? You tell me. There are white skin population as bartenders. There are white skin population as small business owners. There are white skin population as self-employed, seasonal employees. There are white skin population, European Americans only I'm talking about, or Germans or French, right? Or Ireland people, or Scotland people, right? Let's put it that way. Or Spain. Let's put it that way, to be on the same page, or a user-friendly language. There are white-skinned people in a low-income level too, right? Whether it be teaching occupation, whether it be cops occupation, right? Whether be it in army, navy, wherever. Did they provided the help? No. And that is a live proof. It is never about the racial process. It is never about the skin color. The scandal is a deadliest one, my dear fellow mankind. Deadliest one. And all along, can you see how and why President Joe Biden is at fault and President Trump is innocent? Can you all see that? Can you all witness it? Can you all witness it? It is a Democrat government must be puking pus now. Right. They created a mockery out of impeachment, and they only said, see, we will provide only injustice. It's wrong. It's wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. And this particular civil justice sign-off is enough for you as a nation to just fall down in knees before me and asking me mercy. I will say, I cannot provide mercy. Sorry. Right? Because I begged. God only knows how I begged for justice. Right? When I asked for civil justice, what did they do? They only threw acid on me. Right? That female cop, she threw acid on me. Facebook threw acid on me. When it is only because of me, the Facebook is a giant today. Threw acid on me. Those two female lawyers, they are the purest form of sex offenders and deadliest domestic violent patients, right? Prostitutes. They signed injustice for me. Today, God's name is glorified, my dear fellow mankind. Every single software line of Department of Workforce Division is wrong. It has to be sealed and shut down only. No other go. The software people cannot fix it. They'll go mad. The best option is what? I gave that best option to Secretary of the State, to all the nations already. It's okay. Just operate with that broken system for a while. On the other side, create new teams. Start everything from scratch. Create new database. Hire people. Have those people to be committed. And I will provide all the design solutions. And once when that new process model is in place, we can seal and shut down the old processing. So the population will not be panicked, will not even know. I provided that solution as well. They turned back on me, isn't it? What if I was a white skin? What if instead of President Obama was, instead of being an African American, what if President Obama was a white skin, European American, like Thomas Jefferson, like that? And found that I only worked on that poverty-free earth end of the year 2030 volunteer project. Beyond knowing that I should be the supreme judge, what would have been, what would USA would have done? They would have first provided me salary immediate, isn't it? When the software world, they know about my hard work, right? Because they were also side by side working with me in that volunteer project, right? Only software world knows how much of hard labor I provided. It's a brain drain project, right? The Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Twitter, Amazon, and JP Morgan Chase, Warren Buffett, they never stood up. Because it's never their job, right? Because they don't want to, they are already in a survival mode. It is the USA government who asked for the help to provide if there can be any civilian to work committed on the poverty-free project to display who is the true creator of the poverty. The responsibility and accountability is falling only on the national leaders and the USA government, Republican government and Democrat government to provide me the rightful salary. So that is why these software world people, they must be only shedding tears right now. And I own Microsoft, and I own Google, and I own Amazon, and I own Facebook, and I own Twitter. And I own Warren Buffett, all his stocks. And I own JP Morgan Chase. I own all the financial services. I own our entire automobile industry. I own any retails. Right? So that means I am the only one richest in the whole entire human kingdom, and everybody knows. And my true identity has been stripped off from me. What would you all have done if your true identity is stripped off? It is only because I worked on the poverty-free project alone I decoded my true identity. It's hurting me because I'm human, right? I don't know about my peers, sorry. My blood color is red and it's boiling. I'm the true owner of USA. I'm Native Indian tribe. I'm true Israelite tribe Christian Jew of Israel, Judah of Jerusalem. I own all nations. Okay, I thought, okay, when I'm displaying the errors of the government should step in and pay me salary for that at least, right? Even the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin could have stepped in and educated the government to pay me salary, right? It was not very far off, right? It was very recent, few months back only. Okay. I even one more time begged with the judge of State of Wisconsin, Frank Cremit, to be on the same page. Nobody helped me, my dear fellow mankind. And don't all think that I should get the civil justice my way and I have to mandate USA and Republican Senate, all these prostitutes to kneel down in front of human kingdom and just pay me the rightful salary, sign off rightful job. They stole my job, the rightful job, isn't it? Are they humans? What would you all have done if your self-esteem is removed? You tell me. Everybody has their own threshold of self-esteem, isn't it? I went beyond. It's okay if even they removed the self-esteem because of the crucifixion and acid thrown on my face. I went beyond and I still beg. Please pay me the rightful salary. Please provide the national benefits to me. They just turned their back on, right? For civil justice, I can ask USA to lay off those 2 female prostitute lawyers and then ask them to get out of their mansions or house, wherever they're living in, and just go ask them to sleep on the road, on the snowy, icy road next to the homeless, right? Nobody will dare to ask me why, right? But I do not want that for civil justice. I do not want that for civil justice. Tell me, should I even have to educate every single thing? So only after I educated about that heart surgery part of it, then only those 2 Senate, at least 0.00001% means what? Very tiny little bit of conscious. I already said they do not have human nerves, right, in their brain operating system for Mitt Romney or any of the Republican Senate or Democrat Senate. The human nerves is chopped. They have only inhuman nerves. They do not have healthy leadership in Senate, be it GOP, be it House of Representatives. They do not have healthy leadership. When they are going to sign the job offer to me, I can lead them and guide them, and this is how it should work, right? I can provide that. I provided all these solutions to the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin already. But nobody helped me, my dear fellow mankind. What would you all have done? You tell me. What would you all have done? This session is going a bit longer, but it's okay, right? You all got it, right? How the software program looks into that logics. And when it's coming right into this logic, boom, it will freeze all the USA operations just like that abruptly. I already said. It is the humans being destroyed, humanity, they are lagging behind the robots, right? Robots will just puke on the face of the humans and laugh at them. Hey, humans, why are not human? We robots are human. We machines, robots, are human. Why can't you be human? This is what it will mock and laugh and puke on the face of humans. I educated that. This is exactly going to happen. The robots will just throw puke on the face of humans, and the governments will be freaked out. And it's happening right now, isn't it? It's happening right now. With this COVID-19 scam, all nations are panic mode. They don't know. That is when they are realizing that their software applications are all broken in pieces. I already said, Department of Children and Families is panic mode. They accepted their mistake. They should have fallen down in knees and shedding tears of shame and must have only said, yes, USA government, everything is broken. We cannot help, sorry. It is helpless. Because we all have been dependent on software world, paperless world, that kind of an illusion. And it became a crap. Sorry. Right? Now tell me, can you all see why people became helpless mode? They cannot even help me mode. It is only because of whom? It's because of Pope Francis. Facebook fears the word Pope Francis. Because they know that Pope Francis will fry Facebook in ashes. Survival mode. Right? As long as they are getting the financial aid, as long as they are having the job, as long as they are able to live free with their family, they really don't bother about whether Pope Francis is a crap or not. Sadly, Facebook never knows that Pope Francis only slaughtered Facebook already. Right? It's the same for Microsoft. Microsoft fears only one word, Pope Francis. They know that Pope Francis will fry Microsoft in ashes. It's the same for Google, it's the same for Apple, it's the same for Twitter, it's the same for Amazon, it's the same for Warren Buffett, it's the same for JP Morgan. They are all average humans like you and I. Helpless mode. Secretary of the State of Wisconsin never bothered to help me. Why? Freaked out with a word called Pope Francis. Because she or he knows, Pope Francis will fry the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin in ashes. They want to move back off. So don't you all think that when I handcuffed Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and mandated them to kneel down in front of entire human population and I get justice my way, is the excellent civil justice? They are the ones who must be impeached, right? They are the ones who must be thrown in volcano already, long time back. So yes, I sure will get civil justice my way, stylish way only. It is okay if people are going to mock me or bully me or name call me or spit on my face, it's okay. Because I know my true identity, isn't it? After how many long years I decoded the true identity. That is a fireproof that why it is God who created me from the dust and the rib bone wanted me to work on that complex project. It's a super complex project I worked on, my dear fellow mankind. It's a brain drain project. I already said people were only quietly listening means they know that I sure will nail down on the crime to the true criminal because I was proving with fireproof. Nobody dared to work on that project because the poverty is a stinking as a standalone. Nobody can tolerate that stink of the poverty. If I'm going to throw poverty on Bernie Sanders, he will die. When I throw poverty on President Trump, he will die. When I throw poverty on President Joe Biden, he will die. They don't know what is the word called poverty, right? I can bail them out because there is innocence identified, because they all became victims of abuse because they are all pure slaves to Pope Francis. They are prostitute service providers for Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II. I have to free them out from that slavery, isn't it? Don't you all think so? And I know the true identity of myself. And I identified that I am the true owner of USA. And I know US is Tamil Nadu. It's hurting me a lot. When I should have got all the national benefits free, when I should have got the rightful salary, when I should have got the rightful job. Acid after acid thrown on my face, scars and scars thrown on my face. You all tell me, what would you all have done? So can you all see God's labor is known only to God's labor? I never knew, my dear fellow mankind. I never knew that when I'm going to get into the complex project, poverty-free project, I'm going to decode the truth and I'm going to decode it myself. And I'm going to decode the true identity of who am I, myself. It shattered me in pieces after all. My blood is still boiling. In summer of 2017 only, I decoded that about the true identity of myself. Imagine how long it took for me to identify. So that means the identity theft, right? Enforced. Living in illusion. Right? So it came all in sequential order only. In fall of 2016, I decoded Pope Francis as the hell creator. I chopped his head on fall of 2016 for your information. You all should know, right? I chopped the head of Pope Francis on fall of 2016 itself. Everybody knows. Facebook knows. All the nations knows. Worldwide knows that. And today it's a life proof, right? People want proof. People want proof because they cannot digest the truth that Pope Francis is the hell creator, because they are all worshipping Pope Francis only as a god. But today they have the life proof. What are they going to say? So it is a God's labor time for God to reveal who am I in the rightful time. It came, if you want for all to understand, means, have you all seen the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? How that child, the Charlie, will not even know what he's going to get into, but he will get into that process mode, and finally he will get rewarded for his attitude, for his kindness, right? That's the moral of that story, after all. I never knew when I'm going to work or committed for that poverty-free project, only I'm going to decode, I'll provide above and beyond means. Nobody knew. Facebook never knew, software world never knew, presidents never knew. President Trump and President Obama never knew that I will crack down all the puzzles by myself. Nobody knew, even I never knew. That is why it's all God's processing. It is through God's Holy Spirit only I was providing the wisdom education, right? So that itself is a life proof, my dear fellow man, and why God, it was like almost like God holded my hand and just took me towards that Facebook tool and mandated me to work on that project. It is same process like how God wanted the prophet Jonah to go educate the Nineveh population. It's the same thing like that. I broke the world record for Jonah, Moses, Daniel, right? Queen Esther, Deborah, the church. Everybody. I broke the world record. That itself is a proof that whatever they predicted, it's happening right now. That means the population who are living are super blessed because I'm born. It's just that they cannot take it, they cannot digest the truth because I'm not wearing the costume, right? And I'm just only average civilian for their eyesight. So they just cannot relate and they cannot take it, and whatever I'm providing for wisdom is out of the box mode. Tell me, when entire population got freaked out with COVID-19, I was the only one said that I can see the COVID-19 plague, I can burn the COVID-19 plague in ashes. Right? It's my dear fellow mankind. The Republicans who hates colored skin, who hates, they just do not like colored skin. Let's put it that way, a simple education. But they all listen to me only. You all got it right. President Trump listened to me. That says it all. Who am I? Right? So that means I was educating. Pope is a crap. Pope, which is because of the Pope only, the COVID-19 Pope Francis is a COVID-19 plague after all. So out of all these people, it is President Trump got the education. And that is why, you would see all the conflict of interest and how even in that conflict of even interest, he was controlled by Dr. Fauci, the evil. Doctor brings the evil, right? For cunning. They got salary. For whatever destruction they did, they got the salary. But I only provided healthy education, right? The wisdom education. I already said, entire world knew, they felt that it is the God's Holy Spirit took over the worldwide, and it's beyond revolution. It's something holy that is happening worldwide. Nations after nations providing elections after elections after elections, means as of today, only elections has been alone going on for the past 4 or 5 years, right? Thus, that many leaders even changed. It was only because of my education, the France leader, he resigned. You all know that, right? How cunningly they provided only the new France leader, because they wanted to scapegoat. They are very good in scapegoating. These evil Babylonians, the Islam and Judaism and the paganism, they are very good in scapegoating. Very excellent in punishing the innocent alone. Mitt Romney says Islam, Judaism, paganism in the name of Mormon-type Christianity. That is the truth. Bernie Sanders and President Joe Biden is the purest form of Islam, Judaism, paganism in the name of Christianity, denomination, whatever they are. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I even begged to the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin and said, please understand my pain and agony that I'm undergoing through. It is Pope Francis created unemployment for me. Even beyond the unemployment, that the error that they are asking 15% of tax, that's a crime, Secretary of the State. Please, can you provide a salary for that? No response. No response. Today, I have mandated every single USA government officials to kneel down in front of all nations, and I get civil justice my way. Right? Software world population, they cannot help. They all backed off because they are all in a panic mode, right? They are all in the panic mode. They know that my brain is a super fastest than microprocessor. They know what they are into. They are all handcuffed mode already by me, right? So you all need to know who created COVID-19 plague after all. Hierarchy level, Pope Francis, but then you all need to know who created COVID-19 plague, isn't it? Watch and see. I will quickly read this. I will quickly read the civil justice sign-off. And you're all getting it, right? Why I break down only because of the emotional part of it that created when injustice has been, how injustice has been bombarded on me. That creates emotional breakdown for me, isn't it? It happens for any civilian. Go ask for any civilian. I think I'm absolutely positive when President Trump is put on that situation, even he will break down. Even Mitt Romney will break down, right? It's just that they have never been in that kind of a situation that they do not even have to break down, to shed tears of anger. Because they are all finance stable, isn't it? They are all finance stable. So who created the COVID-19 plague? Listen, I will read the civil justice. Okay? Victims of abuse patients, medical finance aid, compensations claim process. In the year summer 2019 to December 2019, I, Vethapriya PROSE, filed lawsuit against at fault and found guilty USA nation for $50,000 trillion. And that is why domestic violence, prostitution, Republica-Democrat, DWD, DOL, Unemployment Insurance Advisory Council, BOLA, that is Bureau of Legal Affairs, CARES Act of 50 states of USA, failed in welfare services job and with fatal negligence, created COVID-19 plague worldwide and mandated mask worldwide and enforced I, Vethapriya PROSE, to wear the mask, and it is deadliest crime of COVID-19 plague, prostitute, DWD, prostitute, Department of Labor, prostitute, Unemployment Insurance Advisory Council, prostitute Bureau of Legal Affairs of 50 states of USA, creating emotional torture in my brain nerves. I, Vethapriya PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge for civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want prostitution, DWD, prostitution, Department of Labor, prostitution of Unemployment Insurance Advisory Council, prostitution of Bureau of Legal Affairs, prostitute of CARES Act of 50 states of USA to pay tax-free $500 billion per present time 45 presidents of USA since 17th century will be total of tax-free 135 followed by 6 zeros billion dollars, and DWD of 50 states regardless of Republicans or Democrats is 100 counts of at fault and found guilty with a fatal negligence. So $100,000 billion direct deposit to my bank account in next 1 second. And wild endangered species, domestic violent, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and phases of Pope Francis failed in absolute monarch's job, and with fatal negligence, crime of domestic violence, fatal negligence classified as deadliest venoms, poisonous, wild endangered species, for created COVID-19 plague and mandated mask to enforce emotional torture, pain infliction on brain nerves of I, Vethapriya, PROSE. So I want wild endangered species, domestic violent, leprosy patient, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs to sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion per prostitute absolute monarchs times total absolute monarchs direct deposit or wire transfer to my bank account in next 1 second, and damages to my brain nerves done by prostitute absolute monarchs is classified domestic violence with fatal negligence is proved, and Roman province Jesuits orders of USA in 50 states of Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, New York, New England, Maryland, Louisiana, Missouri, California, Oregon must pay separate tax to $500,000 trillion. Multiply with 10 states of Jesuits, it's 500 followed by 4 zeros of trillion dollars. Direct deposit to my bank account, and the domestic violent provided by Department of Workforce, domestic violence provided by Department of Labor, domestic violence provided by Unemployment Insurance, domestic violence provided by the Bureau of Legal Affairs, domestic violence provided by Office of Commissioner Insurance, domestic violence provided by CARES Act of 50 states of USA, comes under the breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment types, and trespass and types, and chattels and types. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, it is after my education alone, the states, at least out of 50 states, at least more than 30 states are working on raising the minimum wage. Right? It's been there. This task has been worked on. So that means an employee, the worker, the hourly wage people in that McDonald's or Subway or Walgreens or Menards, they never knew that it is only me that is providing that healthy health for them, right? So it's a live proof. Today, Mitt Romney can even provide a show that he's creating a minimum wage, and that's a show. He's proving he's a prostitute, isn't it? Should I have to explain and only then they have to provide this increasing minimum wage? No. So that itself shows that how the humanity got destroyed in pieces, isn't it? They all fear if United States of America are going to sign the job offer to me, they are going to lose their jobs. They don't know what is a Senate job. They don't know what is a House. They don't. Everything is a garbage, my dear fellow mankind. Yes, this time took 1 hour and 10 minutes. And it is worth it, right? Because whoever is going to listen to my testimony, they know who exactly created COVID-19 plague for a plague that never existed. What would you all have done? Tell me. If you all were Dr. Fauci's or Dr. Brinks, being a purest form of puppets to Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II, what would you all have done? I don't know about my peers. You all know what I would have done, right? And I'm proving it every single day, what I would do, right? Pope Francis must get out of the earth now. I should be the Vatican leader now, right? He destroyed every single emotions of every single civilians worldwide, my dear fellow mankind. With this scandal of unemployment and the Department of Workforce, the retirement population also got destroyed. Social security, destroyed. Social security for disability, destroyed. Retirement organization, 401k, IRA, destroyed. Who is going to pay for those damages? Everywhere you're going to see, everywhere they provide tax. I asked one question to the customer service of the 401k. Okay, you are saying there's a penalty and the tax, right? For before retirement age of 59 years, 59 and a half years, there's a penalty. Okay, what about the retirement population? What if they want to use the emergency finance aid from the retirement fund? What would they do? Will they have to pay the tax? And sadly, the 401k people told me, yes, that's all is needed for me to get civil justice for entire retirement population. What should Pope Francis should have educated them? Do not ask for any tax. Because when people are coming to those banks and asking for finance aid, that means they are in a real need. It can be for any type of personal life event changes. It can be for getting married cost expenses, or getting cancer chemotherapy expenses, to get the cancer medical drugs expenses, right? Or to get a new home, anything. Just do not ask them tax. Step one. He failed on that. Pope Francis failed on that, right? Roman Province Justice Organization, they failed on that education. Then, do not provide any type of penalty, if at all, before retirement, if people are wanting that assistance. Do not provide that. He should have said that, right? Pope Francis never did that. So can you see how he is the health creator? He is the poverty creator after all, right? So can you all see how my program logic worked perfect, and why software world are happiest after all? And they got all that confident that my new design, the 500,000 rewrite, my Medicaid project design is an excellent one. Right? You all got it, isn't it? Now tell me, what is President Joe Biden going to say about that? He knows that retirement, the SSN, right? The retirement aid for the retirement population. The retirement also provides disability for the disability population. It's all broken in pieces. What is President Joe Biden going to say about that? Unemployment should never be existing at the first place. And it's still existing, and it's still a scam. What is President Joe Biden going to say about that? Who is President Trump, who even have to create a show that he's signed $1 trillion stimulus package, and he just put that only on that pocket of richest, wealthiest European Americans alone? They got it, right? Whoever got employed, whoever paid tax, they alone got the stimulus package. Does it make any sense to you all? No, right? Homeless should have got the stimulus package. Right. Civilians like me should have got the stimulus package. But then who got it? All the richest people got it. So that means even Bernie Sanders would have got the stimulus package. President Joe Biden would have got the stimulus package. His wife, doctorate teacher, right? She would have got the stimulus package. State of Wisconsin Governor Tony was an educationist. He would have got the stimulus package. So they all wanted to make their selves in a comfortable position. They really never bothered civilians like me whether they got the stimulus package, whether they got the rightful help or not. They never bothered about that, isn't it? Are they humans? You decide. I'll leave the choice to you. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, if at all my live testimony is broadcasted worldwide, people will shed tears of blood, isn't it? Tears of blood. When I was walking to ask for the justice to the courthouse, all educated population also watched me. Watched me wearing the sunglasses. Right? Nobody helped. Nobody helped. Nobody helped me. And I will get the help rightful way because I own all the public sectors. I own Vatican, right? I own London. I have all the proof, right? So yes, I sure will get the rightful justice my way, according to the Holy Bible guidelines only, right? According to the Holy Bible guidelines only. It is God gave me the wisdom to decode what is error and what is not error. And it's not my fault, my dear fellow mankind. It's never my fault. So you all get it, right? I even was thinking, what if because my workplace, because of whatever I'm displaying, higher officials and the whatever that's going, what if I get a work from home option, working behind the scenes more because I'm colored skin, then people never want to see me more. I can still work from behind the scenes mode. Then that creates a more comfort zone, right? Otherwise, see, I already said, if people can provide me cosmetology or white paint, throw white paint on me, I'm still black as black. I'm still colored skin as colored skin. Nobody can change that. But I am human always. My heart is clean. I have a very loving heart, a golden heart, that I can display only cleanest love. For me, it never matters whether my fellow mankind is a Republican or a Democrat. My justice will be unbiased. I do not, that's why I'm proving I'm a excellent Supreme Judge. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, this session went to 1 hour and 18 minutes. And it is still worth it for a live civil justice sign-off for myself, isn't it? It's a multitasking. Because one side, all the population are getting to know what exactly is COVID-19 plague after all. It is just because I filed a lawsuit against USA for $50,000 trillion. This COVID-19 plague created by Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II. You all got it. Why I want only Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis to drink the vaccination and eat and chew the mask, right? That's a civil justice, that's all. I should be the Vatican leader immediately. Pope should get out of the Vatican palace. I also went to the extent and said, I do not need a palace to build nations. All I need is just one laptop and affordable, comfortable working office space. And yes, absolutely, I need an affordable housing according to my choice. And affordable vehicle, new vehicle according to my choice. Because I already have the existing vehicle, I don't know when it will break down. And I want everything to be new. I want to start new and live new, right? Department of Justice knows that. Right? And I even went to the extent and I even to provide, this is how much I need to find an affordable housing. I asked, provide me $1 million and I will find an affordable housing for myself. I can get $1 home, $500,000 home or $1 million home. It's my choice, isn't it? Whether I get one studio home or 1 bedroom home without bathroom, or 1 bedroom, 1 bath home, or 100 rooms, 100 bathrooms home, it is my choice. Nobody can define where I have to live and how I have to live and which type of housing I have to live. It's my choice, right? I provided that budget. Dear USA government, for displayed whatever government errors, provide me that upfront. I can immediately find an affordable housing for myself in whatever state I want to live, right? It's my choice. And I also said what? All the 50 states of United States of America, count by count, from Alaska to Hawaii to California to Mississippi to Alabama to Texas to East Coast, New York, right? Any Midwest states, all will provide me free housing, at least minimum $1 million, and ask me to be in their state, because the competition is high. When the competition will be high, you tell me, when the talent, when the wisdom is highest, they all will be running after that wisdom only, the true love only. And I even provided another affordable pricing cost for me to find an affordable vehicle. Dear USA government, provide me at least minimum $100,000. Whether I get Benz, whether I get Tesla, whether I get Ford Mustang, the sports cars, whether I get Chrysler, whether I get General Motor, whether I get Hyundai, whether I get Rolls Royce, whether I get Porsche, right? Whether I get boat, whether I get recreation vehicle, whether I get bike, not like that Harley Davidson bike, sorry. I'm talking about the bicycle. Out of all these things, I will first get bicycle for myself. It's just me. And then I will get all the other things according to my choice. Whether I get Honda, whether I get Kia. And again, I went to the extended education, and I said, each and every single automobile industry, because I own every automobile industry, isn't it? And beyond that, they know who I am. So that means each and every single automobile industry manufacturing company will provide me with free vehicle. Competition, right? Competition for what? People run after the true love. People run after the wisdom. People run after the innocence. Because they know the leadership qualities of a highest standard is always only for true Israelite tribe, Christian, Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem. They run after that. I already said, whenever Babylonians went and enslaved true Israel land, they pick and choose the true Israelite tribe, Christian Jews, the highest wisdom population, and provide highest level of government operation role to them. They know they are an excellent leaders. You all know that, right? That Daniel was given the highest honor in the work, in the government, even in the slavery mode. And that is why people were so jealous of him. They want to get rid of him, because they all feared they will lose their job. But it's not the truth. Or the cleanest love people can get is only from true Israelite tribe, Christian Jew alone. It's worldwide known track record. Worldwide known track record. The Egypt Empire, they hate people to live free. They hate Israelite tribe, Christian Jews to live free. But then, beyond that paganism process, they mandated one human called Joseph, right? He is one of the youngest child or whatever. He was sold as a slavery. He became the government highest official. And he provided, he provided all the help for his own family when they came as a slave and begged him. They were the ones who sold him as a slave, right? But he became highest government official in that nation. These are all real time that happened. It's never fake. It happened. People witnessed it. People witnessed it, and even today, even as of today, there are that bloodline and people are there. Worldwide, people are displaced. They know. They know everything, my dear fellow mankind. So that means if USA signs the job offer to I am that I am, it is entire human kingdom going to get saved. Not only 300 million population of USA, it is the entire human that's going to get saved. Because they all worldwide knows. Australia knows who I am. New Zealand knows who I am. right? I have to say Australia loudest because I want USA government to bleed, go mad. I want USA government to go mad. It might seem so harsh, isn't it? When they can give free citizenship for Australians and for New Zealand, they did a deadliest crime. And they know what crime it is. They got it. I don't even have to say it out loud. They got it. And France leader is mandated to kneel down before USA government. USA government will directly ask question to France leader. That's all is my job. And I will say just throw France leader in the volcano for the crime he provided. USA cannot beg, oh see, so he just became a leader, please show mercy. I said no mercy because he never showed any mercy, right? When France leader never showed mercy, USA never went and begged France leader, please show mercy, like that. No. So then why on the earth even USA shameful or shameless want to even ask mercy to me? If you're going to ask mercy, pay another $500,000 trillion. This is what I will ask USA government. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this particular testimony is indeed enough for the closure sign off for civil justice and USA to blindly sign the job offer to me and can just ask Pope Francis to get out of the Vatican immediately, right? I should live a peaceful life means what? I should be fine and stable at the first place. When they created poverty to me, then it's my time to make them poorest, isn't it? USA is a bankrupt nation now. And nobody will dare to ask me why I'm so rude. When they were rude to me, nobody bothered to ask them rude, right? So I'll ask, please go ask them why they were rude when President Trump created poverty to me. Civil justice sign. Right. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, civil justice always wins. And you all got it, right? Who created the COVID-19? Yes. That's all is civil justice. And I should get the job offer signed off. I should get the rightful salary, right? And I decoded my true identity. What more is needed? You tell me what more is needed. So Native Indian tribe programs also, welfare programs is also garbage. That's the truth. So what is President Joe Biden going to do about that? You all got it, right? Why Hewlett-Packard, DXC Technologies freaked to death? They should give me that CEO of Hewlett-Packard job to me only. They should fire the CEO of Hewlett-Packard and DXC Technology and provide that job to me. I know how to take care and I know how to provide the guidance. I already said. I already provided a request for proposal to the Department of Justice that have either Hewlett-Packard to provide me that job or have American Family Insurance to provide me that job. I get to have 51% of shares and I provide all the design, 50,000 years of rewrite Medicaid project design. Let me be the leader of Department of Workforce Division. Let me be the Department of Children and Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Tax, Department of Justice. I know how to guide. I know how to provide the software solutions, architect solutions. Give me that job. Let me become the Vatican leader. I know what job I can provide the moment I become the Vatican leader. But for that, I do not need a palace. You gave the palace to Pope Francis. What did he do? Did he did any good for the population? No. You gave palace to Queen Elizabeth too. What did she do? You gave palace and mansions to the entertainment world. What did they do? You, dear government USA, you gave all the palace and the mansions and the national benefits free to the Senate prostitutes and the Congress prostitutes and the House of Representative prostitutes, governors prostitutes and mayors prostitutes. What did they do? They did nothing. And I'm upfront saying, I need all these. Provide me these and I can provide. And I can still work behind the scenes. I can just direct all my tasks to the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin. And I can work less than 5 hours a day. And I can even provide the healthy work solutions for entire human kingdom according to my civil law. Provide me the job. I can guide how things should be done. I provided the organization structure how it can be to the Secretary of the State of Wisconsin already. With a spreadsheet, with a workflow, everything. I displayed the error one side, I displayed the solutions one side. They never listened. And today I should get the job offer. I should get the salary. When all the people mocked me, let them see the acid on my face. Let them see the scars on my face. If at all they can see the scars. Wisest people alone can see the scars on my face, isn't it? And I should get the civil justice because my age is going. Already 2 months passed in this year 2021. Only 10 more months is left. For how long? You all tell me for how long I want to undergo this torture. For how long? For how long? For how long? A delayed civil justice is never a delay. It's never a justice. It's an injustice after all. That's a crime. That's a crime. That's a crime. Pope Francis destroyed my career destruction. Right? You all might be wondering why on the earth this super talented person having career break, isn't it? That's always be on the mind of people. Do you all think I have to go and say this Pope Francis only created all hell after for me, and that is why he created the career destruction and the breaks for me? But then I also proved how the talent given by God is always given by God, right? How I proved the enterprise architectural design solution is proved in my excellent project, volunteer project, Poverty Free Earth End of the Year 2030 volunteer project itself. That says it all about me, my work ethics, the rock solid work ethics. Because of my bass voice, it might look as if I am so like this, but no, I have a cleanest heart. I have a cleanest heart. I just cannot tolerate injustice. I don't know about my peers. So nobody addressing themselves as Native Indian tribes or never Native Indian tribes is the truth. And I have to provide that as a separate section for your session for you all to understand that crime. Why that crime? It comes under the process of identity theft process, and it was only provided in a healthy way only. Though it might look for identity process, it was looking for a good purpose. I'll explain that later. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I should get the civil justice without any delay. Just because I have the scars, just because I have the acid thrown on my face, people cannot say, see, you have to live pauper life. You have to live without any furniture. You have to go and live only in the manufactured home or mobile homes or even on the road, tent like that. Nobody can say that to me. When I lived a healthy life and when I never yielded to sexual immorality, when I am innocent, when I lifted Holy Bible and asked for only civil justice, who are wicked people to define how I have to live? It's my life, isn't it? It's my life. It's my life. When Department of Health Services can provide free loan, zero loan, even PPP loan to entertainment world who are living in filth, if you are going to ask for their mansions and the villas and the palaces they are living in, it's almost anywhere between, more than 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, like that. So I'm just asking, provide me $1 million, I know where I can get a housing for myself. Means, I'm even providing the cheapest housing cost I'm asking for, isn't it? At least when I get the affordable housing, I don't even have to worry about paying the mortgage or paying about that rental part of it, which is a major expense for me in my monthly variable and fixed expenses. That is a major expense for me. Okay, then that one part of the stress will be gone. Then when I have a healthy vehicle, then that part of the stress also will be gone, right? These are not luxury I'm asking for. These are all mandated to me. I know how I can use that $1 million or $100 million or $1,000 trillion. It's my choice, my dear fellow man. I already said I can share it, I can eat it, I can chew it, I can throw all the dollars on the volcano. I can just live on the road. It's my life, right? I can just live on the tent. But then, what I'm saying is, the whatever basic needs and essentials I need it. I wanted it right now. The USA cannot turn back on me. When they can provide zero interest, zero loan, veterans loan for Las Vegas, Sin City, each and every single casino crap facility, providing me $5,000 check or $7,000 check or $10,000 check per week as it provided by publishing clearing houses, it's never a rocket science for them, isn't it? I want whatever I wanted in a healthy way, right in front of the human kingdom, right in front of the nations. Means I am providing ethical standards. I'm transparent, isn't it? I also provided what salary I want, transparent. Right. I also said what finance aid I want, transparent. I'm just transparent about this is how my finance is going to be when USA is going to sign off civil justice to the entire world. That is transparency, isn't it? Whether I get, my life event changes, it's all, I don't know what my life event changes will be. But before whatever it is, I want civil justice. I want job offer to be signed. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I want civil justice. And I want civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines only. Right? So, Department of Workforce Division created what? COVID-19. Department of Labor created what? COVID-19. Department of Unemployment Insurance Benefits created what? COVID-19. Department of Bureau of Legal Affairs created what? COVID-19. Department of Office of Commissioners of Insurance created what? COVID-19 plague. Department of CARES Division of Department of Children and Families created what? COVID-19. And I want USA, fatal negligent USA, to pay me the penalty now, this moment. If they're going to go back and check on their broken systems, it's broken, right? To write a word in a new software line code, it will take time. There needs a labor work to be provided for that. Broken is broken. So, I will say just direct deposit everything to my bank account. I will step in, I will provide all the guidelines. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I'm an excellent leader. I'm an excellent governance provider. Right? And I am the only one wisest, true Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, out of 7.9 plus billions of humans. There's a hidden person behind that. I told you, right? Who are addressing themselves as Jews are fake Jews. You all got it. They all took the identity theft. They are providing identity theft. So that is why when I slapped on their face and said, do not shout anything about swastika, just say calm. They are calm, they are quiet. Because they know. Because those people, they can easily identify a true Israelite tribe Christian Jew. It's a track record. Babylonians can easily identify. Islam, Judaism, Zionism can easily identify true Israelite tribe Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem. It's a track record, always, forever. So as of today, as of this moment, there is only one Jew, true Jew, and that is I am. I am the King of Jews, crown of all glory. Right? So you all keep working, who am I? I am providing clues here and there, isn't it? You all keep working, who am I? I am King of Jews. Okay, thank you all for your time. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, the session went long. It is 1 hour 43 minutes, and it is worth it because we all are going to be safe. We are all going to be living free. We are all going to live in that peace that passes understanding. And I am the only one, as a true friend and a guardian angel, going to guide entire human kingdom rightfully. Okay, thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.